Hi there. So I am here for my weekly weigh-in. I think it's like week 26 or 27. Last week I was 178.2 and today I was 177.2. So I've lost a week. And let me tell you, like I did not think that was going to happen because all week, like I had gotten up to probably like 181 after my husband's Christmas party last week because I had several glasses of wine and I had dinner. They had prime rib, they had like potatoes, they had rice, they had desserts galore, and I partook in every bit of it. I felt like I had had Thanksgiving dinner when I was done. Like I was so stuffed. And so just the combination of the drinking and the alcohol, the food, everything was like, whoo, man. And I am in a mood today, just like a terrible mood today. I don't know well, I do know what's going to happen. What caused it anyway. We were at my son's, like, wrestling scrimmage this afternoon, and I should have eaten something before I went there. So, like, this morning I woke up, I ate breakfast, went for a walk, immediately got dressed, headed over to the wrestling scrimmage, went and picked up my husband, like, some tacos. But I decided I didn't want to get myself anything because I wanted to eat somewhere like after it was over with. I was thinking we would just go to Costco and I would have like a Caesar salad and maybe a couple bites of one of their pizzas or something like that. But then my husband didn't want to go to Costco because he said he was tired because he's like, he's just my old man. So like there was nothing that he could do right at all after the wrestling scrimmage because I was so damn hungry. I was just hungry, and so we had to go to a grocery store and we had to pick up like our prime rib because we always make a prime rib for Christmas. So I went ahead and I bought a couple of bottles of wine and actually had the wine, like literally opened the bottle because one of them was not like didn't have like a cork in it. So I literally opened the bottle and I was drinking the bottle on the way home because Mom always says when Lindsay's in a mood, just get her drunk. So I'm taking a bit of that, and I'm drinking myself into oblivion because that apparently is going to put me into a better mood because he could not do anything right. He was not getting over into the correct lane. He couldn't, like, I was getting so frustrated with him, like I was just done. I was done. So, second glass of wine and it is delicious. Okay. A lot of stuff to get through. So this week I was just looking for some new music. For people who've watched some of my videos, you may remember like finding music that I like that I want to exercise to has been quite a challenge. I have found a lot of songs. I've downloaded a lot of songs onto my iPod, but still, like I still find myself clicking, to go to the next song. So like I do have like my staple songs that I love, like Bruno Mars' Marry You or Marry Me, I forget what it's called, but oh, love that song so much. So this week I went ahead and I turned it to the Leslie Gore station. Now, for those of you who may not be familiar with Leslie Gore, she's like an oldies singer. It's My Party, Judy's Turn to Cry, You Don't Own Me, which I hate that song, but I'm just giving examples of songs that she sings. I have loved her since I was probably like 12 or 13 years old. My mother, when like my mother, literally, we sat out in front of our house and we were in our old Lumina van, the one that looked like kind of a space shuttle. And we listened to that. We listened to Marvin Gaye. We listened to BJ Thomas, Billy and Sue. Oh, best song. Not one that you would, like walk to, but it is an amazing song. If you guys have not ever heard Billy and Sue, by BJ Thomas, like you gotta give it a listen. It's a sad song, but it is an incredible song from that era. So Leslie Gore was one that Mom always had to listen to, and even now, like I will get into the car and I will sing those songs to the top of my lungs. I love them. They're amazing. So anyway, I started listening to the Leslie Gore station, and there's a lot of oldies. And oldies, just even if it's a slow song, it seems to have like an upbeat to it, so you can like totally work out to it or walk. Like I walk to it. So that's what I do. Well, in addition to that, I did some Google searching, and Pandora created like a couple of workout stations too. So there's some workout stations, some fitness stations on Pandora. Like there's a classic rock fitness there, which isn't like, it's not like 70s classic rock. Like there's like Bon Jovi on there and stuff. And I don't consider that classic rock, but so there's a lot of different songs on there. There's an 80s fitness, which is really fun. There's a country fitness, which I haven't listened to. Country music is probably my favorite kind of music to listen to. However, not when it's like, I don't know, Toby Keith, like one of his, I don't know, red solo cup songs or something. I'm just not a fan of that. So, and that's generally what I'm thinking would probably be on that station, but maybe not. I don't know. If you like it, give it a listen. So anyway, there's a couple, and there's like a couple of like hard rock ones, like Korn and Rage, which my husband would probably listen to. And so I told him about them, but he hasn't given them a try yet. But anyway, so the classic rock, the 80s rock, or the 80s fitness are the two that I was listening to, plus the Leslie Gore, which is really good. So saw Collarbones this week. Oh, like, holy crap, I found them on Sunday. I say found them, but like I walked into the restroom at my son's wrestling tournament, and like there they were in the mirror, like for all the world to see, and like I really had to be careful. Like I was looking around just to make sure, and so I was just like looking and like mesmerized by the collarbones that I had. So it turns out I was just looking at the Christmas picture. My husband and I took one, and it wasn't like amazing or anything, but it is worlds better than last year's Christmas picture. So woo! But I have collarbones in that picture too, and I'm just like, oh my god, look at you and your collarbones. So anyway, today I was laying on the couch with my husband, and I lifted my legs up into the air. Apparently, because that's just what I do. I don't know. But so I lifted my legs up into the air, and I could see that I have space in between my legs too, like up at the top, which is what I wanted. Collarbones and space in between my legs. Like, oh. So, you know, there's a couple of other, you know, non-scale victories that I wanted to get to. So now I have to figure out some new goals. I would really kind of like more defined collarbones, you know, but hey, they're there, and I'm not going to complain. Bandage Horatory spoke this week about insomnia, and it's funny because that's actually one of the topics that I had this week for to discuss. Insomnia, but not really for me. Like, I can fall asleep with the best of them. Falling asleep is not an issue. The trouble that I'm having is I'm waking up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm up for the whole day. Probably because I'm exercising. Probably because I have more energy than I've had in over a decade. I get that, but like, I'm just wondering, is that something else that anyone else is struggling with? You know, just not being able to get back to sleep. I have to, like, there are times when I can trick myself as long as I don't think of anything else while I'm asleep. Like when I wake up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I can get up. But 4:45 is about when my husband leaves for work. So he usually comes in, he kisses me, then he heads out, and that wakes me up. It wakes me up nearly every morning. So I don't know. I guess that's it. Okay, one more story, and then I'm gonna go and have like 3 more glasses of wine, and I think we're gonna watch a movie too. But laxative. This is about poop, so if you're not interested in hearing about poop, you know, have a wonderful week. Good luck with your weight loss and whatnot. So my pooping schedule has changed quite a bit since surgery. And let me tell you, I am a poop girl. Like, I love to poop. Pooping is really a great release, and it just feels good. Like, my sister and I sometimes, like, we used to have like FaceTime poop parties. Like, she'd be pooping, I'd be pooping. You know, it's just what we do. Like, I love to poop, and like my friend Ron, he'll call me and he'll tell me, oh my god, I took the most amazing poop this morning, and I'm envious of him. My sister will do the same thing when she calls and she's pooping and I'm not, and she's like, oh, and I even send like text messages to my mom and my sister, and I'll be like, oh my god, you guys should be so jealous right now. Like, I'm taking the most amazing poop. So we're just a pooping kind of family. Well, not my mother. My mother is not. My mother is a lady, and she would never speak about poop. But my sister and I, we're just pooping girls. Like, and there's like good, like, it just feels good, you know? So what I have found since surgery is I don't poop often. Sometimes I don't even poop once a week, and I was a pooping everyday girl. So what I have started to do is I've started to take suppository laxatives, right? The doctor had recommended those. You pop them in, and within minutes you're going to the restroom. So it got to a point though where like the laxatives were like they were bad poops, like poops where you gotta like strip down and you're burning up, so you gotta have a fan in the room, and I'm not interested in that kind of poop. I just want to poop where I can release it and feel good, right? So I started to cut the laxatives in half. Well, it got to a point where like it didn't feel like it was strong enough, you know, so I started taking a full laxative again, and went back to it, and it was okay. Like, I got a little bit of release, and it was good. Well, last week I was in the cabinet, and I saw this little white tube, right, of like Dones or something, I don't know. And I thought, wow, that laxative looks different than what I've been taking. Like, I've been taking the one that's in the silver package. That's really strange. So I found the silver one that I'd been using for several weeks that wasn't making me poop very much, and it turns out that laxative is actually one from my surgery that kept me from getting nauseated and throwing up. So that's fun. I'm back to taking half of the real laxative. Have a good week. Bye.